Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nenna, and today we're back with another very challenge. Hi guys, I want to start out by saying thank you to Anna Roberts 8385. She suggested that we should give the cat to Pepper, and then maybe when Rosie finds out that Trevor's stealing from her, we can get a lawyer involved. I really like that idea, and I tried to move in the cats with Pepper, but there's too many Sims in a household. Got me thinking, who else can we leave the cats with? And we already gave Julie our other cats. Oh, I didn't even talk about that yet. Okay, I guess I spoiled it. Oh, we're interrupting Cherry during her bathroom time. I was thinking, who do I trust enough to leave with her pets, with the two most dearest beings in her life? And the answer is Guy. Oh, did you see what I did there? I don't know if you guys agree with me per se, but I personally think that Guy is a very good person, and I think that he has his life together. He definitely has the space, and he knows us good enough to make us feel comfortable leaving our children with him. However, it is a bit of a complicated story because in order to drop our pets off at his place, we actually had to go inside. Guy refused to take in our cats unless we actually went inside the house. We actually dropped off our other cats at Julie's place. I don't think Guy will mind if we just have like a juice or something, because we're feeling a little bit like ready to pick me up. It's quite late. Julie's case, we put our cat at her house. She was okay with us just like quickly handing her the carrier and just taking them inside. However, in Guy's case, he was adamant that she at least sit down, have, I don't know, something to eat, have a little chat, and then he would be okay with taking the cats from her. So she was very hesitant, and obviously it was very hard for her to leave the house. And I love this awkward silence. This guy's just like sitting there, not really sure what to say to her. Looking beautiful, by the way, of course, but he's just like giving her the side eye. He knows there's something going on, and he knows it because she's not saying anything. She's like kind of covering her face, her body. Kind of hard to cover all of this up. I will say that it's probably a little less noticeable in person because she put some makeup over it, but for the sake of the story, I didn't really cover anything. I mean, I could, but then it feels more powerful when there's actually something to see. So anyway, we're just kind of like spending time with the cats, and I'm literally talking to Guy, and Guy's just like still sat there, just I don't know what's going on in his mind, but I bet you there is something going through his mind right now. So I'm actually going to give him a little bit more energy. I kind of want to see if they're going to talk themselves or if I have to initiate it. But basically, Rosie she's gonna steal back a gnome. Rosie's feeling mischievous. Okay, you do you, girl. A couple days ago, Trevor and Rosie got into a huge fight, and I'll talk about that fight in another part of this video, but they got into a huge fight, and Trevor just, you know, he had to punish her in some way, and he said to Rosie that she had to go find a home for her cats, because if she didn't find a house ASAP, then he would make sure that they would find a new home. He said it in a way that made her think he was going to drop them off at like a shelter or some other place, so it was kind of like a desperate move. Rosie said, well, if I find a house, are you going to let me take the cats there? Because he has been very straight with her. The only way for her to drop the kittens at Pepper's house, for example, was by doing it like behind his back, like when he was out. Like, he does go out sometimes. He leaves the house to do some shopping, only because he doesn't want Rosie to go out and do it, because he's like that controlling. He does leave the house for like an hour, so she managed to get to her mom. I love how they're still not talking, but yeah, they live quite close to each other, so she managed to wait, oh god, they're gonna make out. Sorry, I just have to cancel this because I just don't feel like it's appropriate. I love how comfortable Guy's like, yeah, Rosie's in my house, I'm just gonna quickly get into the bath, and I'll be right back. You make yourself comfortable, don't leave, there's something I want to talk to you about. I wonder what he's going to do upstairs. Is he gonna think to himself? Is he going to lead himself? Like, what is he doing right now? Is he like taking some time to figure out what his next action is, like what his next words are? I'm not really sure. You know, she really had to beg him, like, please let me drop these cats off. He asked her where she was gonna go, and she said just the shelter, back and forth. And he was like, well, I can do that. She's like, no, look, these are very special to me. They're my babies. Let me do them. Please let me do them. As she was, you know, packing the cats and getting into the car, she managed to text Guy, and she was like, hey, I really can you please stop? I really, 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 really need your help right now. Please take in my cat. So I think Rosie is about to say to the guy, like, hey, I think it's about time that I leave. I have been gone way too long, and if I stay any longer, then I think I'm in a little bit of trouble. And it's like, what do you mean you're gonna be in trouble? Is Trevor keeping on a tight leash? And she's like, no, of course not. Like, are you sure about that? Because from my perspective, I haven't seen you in months, and you look pretty bad. Oh no, I've just been working really hard. Yeah, it's she can't really make excuses, because how do you explain, how does she explain all of it? But I mean, I think she would try and say these are just like from new surgeries, but I think Guy can look through that. This guy is the type of guy that would definitely try and save the girl that he likes, but because I have such a they have such a particular relationship, I think that's the right word, he kind of wants her to admit that she needs help, and he has this kind of mindset of like, I really want to help you, but you have to show me that you want help yourself. Like, I could help you, but if you're not willing to be honest with me, like, maybe it's best if I don't. Rose is just trying to say, hey, look, I just really need to get home right now, and he's like trying to make her stay even longer by continuously like asking more questions. And like I said, he's trying to make her admit that she needs some help, and he has suspicious, like, he's never really liked his brother very much. They're stepbrothers. They're not stepbrothers, but they're adoptive brothers. He knows that there is something kind of shady going on in that household. He knows his brother, and his brother's always been kind of shady, but he never expected his brother to go this far. Everyone kind of knows there's something going on, but nobody has really done anything yet. And I think because, like, for some people, I already explained, like, Pepper's just not really sure. I don't think Julie knows 100%. Maybe she's just a bit more oblivious. I love how they're talking about the baby right now. But I think in Guy's case, I think he's slowly putting the things, like I said, together. He doesn't really know 100% because he hasn't seen her for so long. But he's bringing up good points. She's talking about the baby. He's talking about money, telling Rosie that, I don't know. What do you guys think they're talking about? I think Guy's definitely like telling her some good points here, like babies, money. He's definitely hitting all the notes. He's definitely hitting all the points. Oh God. Okay. How am I gonna justify this? Let's just say that was friendly, or at least the intentions were friendly. It's the right thing to do, right? To help somebody, to protect somebody, to notify somebody if you think something's going on with somebody. Just because he can doesn't mean he has to, but it's just the right thing to do. But it doesn't mean everyone's gonna do the right thing. Clearly there's something going on. She's not willing to tell me, and she's just getting like quite agitated. Perhaps I should leave this subject. I think he is thinking about perhaps visiting, and Rosie quickly tells him that visiting is not able because they're, he can't visit. They're doing some renovations. Maybe they can hang out in the future, but she really has to go now because he's gonna be, not that he's going to be upset, but maybe he'll be upset. She's just like trying to come up with things as she's talking, but maybe he's waiting for her to, like, they were gonna hang out and now she's late, so it won't be making things up on the spot. And I love how she's talking about him being a rock star. She's changing the subject from her to him, and she's like, hey, I heard your new music. And he's like super surprised, like, hey, you listen to my music? He's like, yeah, I have your, well, I don't have your CDs, but I heard it on the radio. I heard your new songs, and you're becoming quite a rock legend, and it's really nice. I did really like seeing you again. And she's like, okay, well, I really have to go now. I have to go to work, and I will see you another time. This guy is so hot. Like, just I kind of regret his name, but I don't know what I was thinking when I made that. He is trying his best to come up with the right approach to this all. He's definitely going to help her, but he didn't really want to push her into it, if that makes sense. He wanted her to want it as well. I think he finds it very important for her to find that voice and recognize that this behavior is just not okay. Not from her, but from him. No, she needs to realize it herself, and he kind of feels like he could save her, but she's just gonna go back to him unless she realizes that he's not good for her. And there's many different approaches to this, of course. Like, not everyone reacts the same. Some people are just like, oh, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna make sure that you're catered to, like, I'm just gonna like really save you, I'm gonna be your savior. But not everyone, like I said, is like that. And he's definitely a bit more like, okay, we need to make sure that she knows why this is wrong, gather some more fact she looks rough, right? Unless she admits that there is something going on, he can only speculate. Speculations alone aren't really gonna do anything. So unless he has some concrete evidence, or he has, just saying, like, unless there are other things that he could do, there really isn't much. Does that make sense? I just feel like it's such a tricky subject. Like, everyone wants to do something, but nobody really knows for sure something's going on. And I don't know. It's just, I've never been in this situation, so I'm kind of like winging it as well. So I don't want to make it too deep. Like, I don't want to make it too depressing. But yeah, Guy is happy to watch the cats. He's planning on giving them back. And he's like talking to Cherry. He's like, oh, we're gonna get you back to your mother ASAP. Don't you worry about anything, you little chunky monster. Oh, she's so cute. She's so freaking cute. Anyway, so we're gonna go over, we're gonna go back to Trevor's house, and I'll see you guys there. Also, if you're wondering whose house this is the house that Guy grew up in, which is quite nice. It's quite big as well. I mean, I would give this house a makeover if I could, but I kind of like the house for what it is. I don't know, oh, look at his car. Isn't his car nice? Love it. Okay, let's go back to that back. Yeah, that one. I love how she gets home and there are chores to do. I just want to like talk about something. I know I've talked about it not so briefly in the first few minutes of the episode, but I want to make it clear that the people in her life aren't per se neglectful. She's just really good at hiding what's happening. Oh my god, are you really gonna stand behind her just to make sure she's doing a good job? Because they're not necessarily like neglectful. She's just really good at hiding. And in Guy's case, like I was trying to say, I don't know if I actually managed to say it properly. He hasn't seen her in months, and this is like the first time he's actually noticing, like, oh crap, something's really going on. Like, he had a suspicion that the relationship wasn't that great. He had this feeling like his brother isn't necessarily the best person, but he didn't think he would take it this far, so he's really shocked to see her, and now he's like wanting her to ask for help. And he's not even even if she doesn't ask necessarily for help, he will still try and help her in a way, but to him it is very important that she also kind of recognizes that she doesn't need help. And like in Pepper's case, it's not that she's doing it on purpose or she's being a bit oblivious on purpose, but she's just worried on how to approach this because she has, well, Rosie's pushed her away so often that she kind of doesn't really know what to do right now. Like, how will she go about this? And she's worried that if she does the wrong thing, then Goldie's gonna fall into the wrong person's hands. So obviously, thinking about it like that, it's just hard. And Julie has her own family, and she hasn't seen Rosie in such a freaking long time. So I don't even think she knows the full extent of this. And I just really wanted to reiterate this because I didn't want you guys to think like she has just really bad people around her. I think she has the right kind of people now, besides Trevor, but she just hasn't really made that work, if that makes sense. Like, she hasn't really put herself in a position where people are able to help her. And sometimes some people are able to help you. Sometimes you just kind of need to help yourself before other people can help you. Oh my god, are you putting away the trash? Anyway, so I kind of want to come over to Rosie. Now, Rosie's just come home, she's tired, and of course, the first thing that happens is she gets scolded because when she was out, the bird died, and it was her responsibility to feed it, and Rosie just kind of I'm sorry, I just didn't really, I didn't think, I don't know, and she's like, yeah, you're right, you didn't think, you keep messing this up, and I can't believe how dumb you are, you have one job. She's like, well, I kind of have, please don't. You kind of have multiple. And this is just like so confusing because one time, like one moment of the day, he's like, oh, you did this wrong. You've not done this. You're horrible. And then he kisses her and he's like, oh, but you're so hot though. Like, he's just so freaking stupid. Anyway, he's telling her that she's kind of lost her privileges and that she's not allowed to go anywhere anymore because not only did the bird die, she stayed out way too long and he had to cook his own food. And as much as she's trying to talk back, she's trying to stick up for herself, she's done it so often and she's kind of tired of it because it doesn't work and she's kind of lost the will to fight back, so she kind of just takes it as it is. And of course he wants to know where she's been, why it took so long, and she just said that there was an emergency at work, even though she works in, what does she work in? She works in the politics. There's not really any emergencies I can think of. But, you know, she went to the shelter, then she went straight to work, and there's nothing for him to be worried about. She just dropped off the cats like he said she should. So if you guys are wondering what that fight was about, he's basically also telling her now that he's hungry, so she's gonna make some spaghetti for the both of us, or for the both of them. Well, Rosie came home from work one day and Trevor had bought something new for himself and she felt a little suspicious. She said, "Hey Trevor, where did you get this? How do you get the money for this?" And he said, "Oh, well, you know, I just have some savings." And then that made her wonder because he didn't have any savings when the house needed to be redone. So she started thinking and thinking, and then she thought to herself, well, what if you're, you know, using my money? Are you maybe taking some of mine? She hasn't checked her savings in a long time, because she kind of felt like that was a violation of, well, it wasn't like a violation, but if she checks her savings for the sake of her savings, she doesn't mind. But if she checks the savings for the sake of, is he stealing from me? That's when she feels like it's not really right, and she wants to give him that kind of trust. Like she feels like everyone deserves that kind of trust. Like it's a really kind of fucked up thing to think, but that's kind of like how she feels, you know. And the amount of respect that she still has for this guy, like the amount of like how he has her twisted around his fingers is unreal. But yeah, so she did kind of say or ask him, "Hey, you're not using my money, right?" And he's like, he completely lost his crap. Like he was like, "Oh my god, how dare you ask that?" And they had a big fight, and it's not even like she accused him. She just asked him, "Hey, you're not using my money, right?" Like she just wanted some confirmation. She didn't necessarily want to blame. She said, "Hey, I'm not blaming you. I'm not pointing fingers. I just want to know where you're getting the money from because you don't work. And my money is really important to me. So I would prefer it if, you know, you weren't using my money. And I'm not saying you are, but if you were, you could just ask me and maybe we can, you know, come up with a solution if you need something. I just don't really want you to take some from me behind my back, but I know you're not doing that, right?" And he got so incredibly mad, and he basically told her, "Hey, okay, you know what? I have had it with you. If you're not gonna listen to me, then it really pains me to have to do this, but I think you need to get rid of the cats. I don't even think you have to get rid of the cats. You have to find a new house for them." She was really shocked, and she asked him why, like, why is that the punishment? And he said, well, this is just something he's been thinking about for a long time, and he really wants to have his own cats, his own, you know, his own pets, the pets that love him, because her cats know better and they don't like him. They're my babies. And he's like, well, that's too bad. Maybe you should have thought about that before you accused me of stealing. He's so charming, isn't he? Let's get you into bed. Such a douche move, but what could she do? So she lost her so-called privileges and she had to get rid of her cats. So she went to Julie for two of them, for the two cats that we just got to have babies with. So we dropped those at Julie's house and we didn't even come inside. We just kind of like briefly spoke to her and said, hey, here are the cats, you know, because it was easier with little tiny kittens to, you know, to like put them in a box and leave them. But with big grown cats, it was a little harder, so she really needed to make sure that they wouldn't escape. And, you know, and Julie was happy to have the cat. She's always wanted cats, and it's nice with her, for her son now that they have a little two cats. And she does like the cats, but they're not really her babies. I mean, they were nice. Like, I like Precious as well, but they're in good hands and she can always kind of see them in the future. But God, parting from Cherry and Pomegranate was just the worst. She loves them so I love them as well. But yeah, so now we are kind of in a sticky situation. Okay, so we lost our cats, we lost our privileges, we're not allowed to go out anymore. And we definitely peed off Trevor. So what is there left to do? So I think what we should do is we should go on the computer and kind of check our money, because he is asleep right now. I do want to kind of like perk myself up. Obviously we've been kind of crying, so we need to wipe away those tears. I want her to practice a little bit more. We are 3 points away from completing the Christmas skill. I'm not sure what level in politics we are, but I'm sure that we're going to get a promotion if we do get to that point before the morning. Or at least before we go to work. I think we're going to be really tired, but I really want that skill point before we go to work. because I really want that. Oh, yes. Okay, we did it. Good. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. I'll just teleport her. It's a little bit easier. So let's just say that she is on the computer just kind of looking, and then she stumbles upon her bank account. And at first she felt really bad. She's like, oh, we're gonna really do this. Oh, we can send people emails. Let's send Guy an email. I don't know what she would say. Let me know what you guys think she would say. We're gonna send him an email. Any case, but I think she would check her savings, and she just feels like it's wrong to do. Oh my god, look at the face. It's wrong to do, but she's still gonna do it. And when she goes into her bank account, she realizes that she only has 15K, and she's just like, what the heck? 15K? I inherited at least 130, I think it was. Where's the money gone? Now, is she gonna go and check Trevor's bank account? I think she would. So she's being a little naughty today, but she's gonna go ahead and check his money, and it looks like he has 236K, and this completely shocks her, and she's just like, oh my god, he has been stealing money from me. So as she goes to work, she's thinking about the money. She's like, oh my god, all the money that I worked hard for is gone. He took it all. What am I gonna do? And this is when she has those thoughts again about, oh my god, I'm never gonna be able to leave. But do I want to leave? It's so strange because she is saving up for herself, for a house, for Goldie, for everyone besides Trevor. But then she also has these doubts, like, why am I even saving for a house? I have a house, I have a life with Trevor. But then she gets these urges to leave again, and then she's like, okay, but yeah, but it's just I don't even know how to explain it. I think it's that manipulation. It's like, she thinks she likes this guy. She thinks she loves him. So she wants to do good. She wants to stay with him. And she does kind of like some of the things she has with, like, some of the relationship that, she has, some of the parts of the relationship she loves, because he's like so open-minded and they can have a good time. They can laugh. They can joke. But yeah, there's other parts, mostly other parts, that are just not good. And I actually wanted to call, I don't know why, I wanted to call get a pizza actually, because I'm feeling one. And I am gonna go, and where's the pizza? I'm not in the right mind today. I need to go to delivery. Oh gosh, I'm not in my right mind. I'm gonna get some pizza. Let me get some pizza. Yep. Let me get some pizza. Okay, so our pizza should be here anytime. So we're just gonna sit here in our boxers, because who cares about getting dressed? He still looks really young. Oh, there's our pizza. I'm surprised he's not too lazy to open the front door and get his pizza, because he still has to get his ass off the couch, walk all the way to the door. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my god. Do you guys see? Wait. Let me first get the pizza. Oh my god. Love how, as he is going through the front door to get his pizza, his brother takes the back door and just puts himself on the... He doesn't even knock. He doesn't even say, hey brother, I'm here. He just gets in and he's like, I'm gonna sit here and wait for him. Still hasn't noticed him because he's taking the pizza. Is he gonna walk in there? Oh, hello brother. This is a very interesting moment, and I'm just gonna make him selectable. Why? Because I want him to feel the pain of dealing with his brother while his brother's also eating pizza. Like, I don't want to share my pizza. I don't want to share anything. So he's not even saying anything. He's just kind of like, oh, what the heck are you doing here? And they're just silently watching TV. I think this is Guy's style. Like, he just stays silent, and he's, not really sure what to say. Let me turn off the TV. Did he change the channel? I don't know what he did, but let's just turn off the TV. I want to see his reaction. Trevor's like, the heck? All right, it's time. Oh, he's gonna clean up. That's so nice. Actually, okay, well, I wonder what he's saying as he's cleaning up. He's like, hey, is Rosie home? He's like, no, she's off to work. Brother, can you leave? Oh god. Okay, I want a promotion. Oh, I want a promotion. A bill has found its way to the Congress floor that, if passed, would designate large sections of undeveloped waterfront land as a wildlife preservation area. The canary breeding ground bill would normally be a no-brainer for Rosie, as the SimCity canary is an endangered species. Okay, yet there's an unusual amount of pressure coming from a number of interests. Oh no. Rosie votes yes, and the bill goes into effect, preventing the construction of any and all new industrial expansion, including out-of-town highway upgrades. Sometimes you just have to do the right thing, even if it sucks. So as he grabs another slice of pizza... Oh, actually, hold up. Our brother wants to talk to us. He came over because he felt like something was a little odd. White lady, what are you on about now? Like, he doesn't immediately get that he knows, and he's just kind of like... What are you on about now? What's going on with you? I really didn't expect Guy to come over after, like, so soon. I just didn't, I don't know what I thought. If you lay one more finger on Rosie, I'm going to beat the crap out of you. He's not threatened by anyone in this world, but he's definitely scared of his brother and his big muscle. Of course, Trevor defends himself, saying... Like, you don't know anything. Stay out of my life. There's no such thing going on. I don't know what she's been saying. And he's like, he knows better not to mention Rosie coming over. He knows not to, make it sound like it comes from her. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I haven't seen Rosie in a while. I just felt like you were up to no good. So I wanted to pay you a visit, teach my little brother a lesson. Of course, the two argue and bicker for hours and hours on end, and he lets him get it, okay? He's telling him if he, doesn't treat her right, that he's gonna get it, that he just has to wait and see what will happen to little boys that don't listen, and he should put some clothes on and maybe, go work out a little bit, because he's definitely smelly and lazy and... all sorts of other things. He's giving him everything, literally everything. Now, he doesn't have, like I said, evidence, and there is really not more he can do right now than tell off his little brother. But and he's enjoying it as well. Just seems just like rubbing his hand. He's like, oh, I'm gonna give it him good. Okay, I will. In any case, I think he has said what he wanted to say, so he's gonna get some more pizza, and then he's gonna make sure that it gets out before Rosie comes back, because we really don't want her to know. It's kind of like our secret. It's nice to know that somebody cares about her enough to show up. He came over uninvited to check up on Rosie. Rosie wasn't home. His brother, of course, was home, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it him. I'm gonna make sure he knows exactly that I know what he's doing, what's going on. He can't have any secrets. Trevor's like, oh, he's like, I'm gonna brush. Like, he got called smelly. Now he's brushing his teeth. Like, he's doing some hygiene maintenance for the first time in like months, because his brother called him out on his stinky breath and stinky everything. So, well, if we're gonna take a bubble bath, Rosie's gonna be shocked. He's like, oh, what the heck happened to you? Yeah, it was very, oh my god, I'm so surprised that he showed up. I guess Rosie's little visit really did, like, it really, how do I say this? It made an impression on him, but I don't think it will change anything. And maybe for a few days he'll lay low, kind of wondering, pondering, thinking, how does he know? What is he up to? Is my brother just being my brother? Because he is, like I said, a little scared of his brother. Like, he doesn't want to get into a fist fight with his brother. There's many people he would get into a fist fight with, but his brother is definitely not one. So I am... Oh, it's the phone. I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I'm just really curious to see how this is going to play. I feel bad for Rosie, though, because I really wanted her to get that promotion. But she hasn't gotten any, and we just lost our 3 skill points. Wait a minute. Oh, we lost logic. Oh, we lost our logic skill point. Well, at least it wasn't our charisma skill point. So I'm really not sure what to do with Rosie right now. Now, I think I'm going to have her keep on practicing so we get that skill point done pretty soon, and I think in the next episode we are going to go over, and it's going to be Goldie's birthday, which I'm super excited about, and maybe I'll invite over some characters that we haven't seen in a while. It will be very fun. Oh, and I could just imagine if Pepper was like, wait, what if Guy called up Pepper and said, hey, we need to talk, and Pepper was like, well, this is a good time because I actually needed your help as well. Oh my god, yes, I love this storyline. Maybe I go a little deep in my stories. I definitely treat it like a cartoon or something. You know, when you get deep into a storyline, you're like, good show. I'm feeling my own little show. Okay, I'm feeling it. Oh, Julie's calling. Oh, I'm sorry, Julie. We're not allowed to call you. Trevor's being a little a-hole. Anyway, thank you all. What? He's cleaning? Wow, his brother really has made an impression on him. I cannot believe it. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye, guys.